He didn't want to stay in this area, he wanted out of here as quick as he could.
Does it not fill you with awe, listening to these stories? Awe and wonderment to know that there's things like this, potentially, that still could exist, do exist, in this land.
Obviously, there is this other element to it where they are just disappearing in front of people's eyes.
So there's so much uncharted. We might have actually charted the land itself and know the geography, but there's so many other things that have slipped under this radar of strangeness.
I didn't hear anything, other lads didn't hear anything, but whatever he saw, he crapped his pants and he took off running.
One more report to add to the list, which is brilliant, isn't it? And like we always say, if you're out there and you're observing because you've seen this thing, get in touch. You're adding more weight, more strength to the people that have been brave enough to talk about it. Hello everybody, welcome to Truth Proof. Today I'm with Chris.
Hello.
Yeah, and Chris is driving, which is good for me. Hate driving. And we're going to see, well, a bloke who's going to tell us about a cryptid sighting from about, what did you say, Chris, 15?
15 years back.
15 years ago. So join us on this journey. Catch you soon, guys. So here we are. I don't know what time it is, probably going up for 5 o'clock. Look at that, people. They're fabulous, isn't it?
Going for a snoop about.
Yeah, we'll just have a little look. There's some burial mounds in here. So before we get too entrenched, let's have a look. Where do you think? Oh, I think I see it.
There, yeah.
There we go, guys. What do you think of that? And you know, I'm 6 foot tall, so that tells you how tall this is. You alright there, Chris? Yeah. I am 6 foot, aren't I, Chris?
I thought it was 6.5.
6, oh, 6'5", 6'6". Look at that. Do you wonder, people, do you wonder why these sightings are always around areas like this? What do you think, Chris?
We're here, aren't we?
Yeah, we're within hundreds of yards of it, aren't we? I wonder what this one's called.
Yeah.
Just a number. And it doesn't look like anybody's broke into it, does it? Let's have a look. Oh, it has been hollowed out, hasn't it? Somebody's been looking for treasure.
Yeah, and there's not many now that haven't really been hollowed out, is there?
No. How good is that? So let's just do a full 360. Look at that. Somebody corrected me the other day and said it's 180. Yeah, never been good at maths.
I think the majority of these trees are all Scots pines, I think.
Yeah, big trees these, aren't they?
Yeah.
Look at that one, like a tuning fork.
Yeah.
Dave's arrived now and he's met up with Chris, as you can see there. And Dave's going to tell us about this cryptid sighting that they had. I think a group of men, 4 or 5 men, we're going to find out. And a note year now, back in about 2002. So if I get a bit of a gallop on, I'll catch up with him, and we'll see what he's got to share with us. But don't you think it's just adding more and more strength when you get these reports to what other people are seeing? So if you're sat there watching this because you've had a sighting of your own, as I always say, get in touch. Not everybody wants to go on camera, not everybody wants to use the real name, but it's still adding strength to it. Let me catch these while I've still got energy. So how far down we got to go then, Dave?
About 100 yards down here, and that's where it's all.
So what we're looking at then, 2000, 2002?
2002, 2001, somewhere on there.
Yeah. How old would you have been then?
I'd have been about 22.
22,
Yeah.
Okay. And had you come to camp, or are you just going for...
No, we just came for a wander around. We'd heard Panther had been up here, so we
Yeah.
young lads do. We came to explore and see what was going on.
And do you know, Chris, he's in the zone there anyway, that date.
Well, that's
2002,
that's
loads
the
of
thing.
reports.
Yeah. Early 2000s, there was a lot of big cat sightings up here.
Yeah.
Well, not just up here, but on all the forestry, but especially Wrench Green area.
So basically something was seen then that you never expected.
Well, I didn't see it. Was all my friends that saw it, and
Yeah.
whatever he saw, it scared the hell out of him, and he took off running back to the car. And
So
he didn't want to hang about.
So can you walk us into what he saw?
Yeah, I'll say it was just a bit further around here where we were,
Right.
and whatever it was, he heard something in bush. He was slightly in front of us all.
What time was it? Ish.
Round about midnight-ish.
Oh, so
It was dark.
so it's late on.
Yeah. So we've got just down here, say near where that tree's falling down there, somewhere around that area there.
So you lads are here.
So we
Near
got
this tree?
Knocked onto him. He was just in front of us, and all of a sudden he just stopped dead in front of us, and he said there was something big and black and staring at me like he tried to have yellowy orange eyes. And,
Yeah.
And next thing he was on his heels and he was shot past us and he was gone.
On two legs, was it?
He said it was on two legs, so it was about 7 foot tall. He was a big lad. He was about 6 foot.
Yeah.
And he said it was bigger than him. It was about 7 foot tall. This thing that was looking at him from they'd just been there
So
somewhere.
it's watching all group of you.
Yeah.
That's what do you reckon, Chris?
Well, it's
We know that normally we'll have first-hand accounts,
Yeah.
but this guy's not available to tell us.
No.
But you were there.
Yeah.
What was his reaction afterwards?
He was scared stiff. He shot back to the cars up road and he was in car and waiting. He didn't want to hang about. He wanted out of the area as quick as he could.
And you lads had come in here because there'd been reports of a big black cat.
Big black panther, yeah. So
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
what we came wandering around looking for. But
And obviously, if you're sort like me and Chris, it's going to be away before any of that.
Yeah.
But this thing weren't away, was it?
This thing, as I said, it'd been somewhere in these trees here. This is about where we were in this area here. And he would have been about here when he saw whatever he saw, and he said it was looking.
So if
looking
Chris
at him.
went over there, I mean, we know your mate's not here. Would you have an idea where he thinks he saw it, the distance?
It'll be somewhere near these trees here.
Right,
You know, where
okay.
they're leaning into each other.
Right.
Somewhere there.
So it's close, Chris, isn't it?
well, yeah. I mean, we're only what, fucking 20 foot, 30 foot,
Yeah.
maybe.
Did it make any noise?
I didn't hear anything. Other lads didn't hear anything. But whatever he saw, he crapped his pants and he took off running.
Yeah. So we're going back to 2002-ish, and obviously you're young blokes, but you'd not come in here. I know you've said it. You'd come in here because of cat.
Yeah.
But you'd no knowledge of any of this.
No, not. I didn't believe any of this back then, and it's only about last 10, 11 years that I've looked into it all and started thinking of things. And
So all right then. So when he said he'd seen it, I take it as a collective. You probably didn't believe him,
no, we all took mick out of him.
did you?
Yeah, we fully ripped him.
Really? And what did he do to that? Did he stop talking about it? Or yeah.
But let's
So,
see,
we couldn't explain it at the time when he said about it. It was like, well, we took mick out of him.
Yeah.
that's what you're going to do as a group of lads, isn't it?
So you all had a go at him, and then what changed in your head?
Well, I questioned it at first, but I didn't believe in it all.
No.
But it's only like last 10, 11 years I've looked into stuff and
And you thought maybe he's telling
yeah,
truth.
then
Yeah.
things have clicked in when I worked at Sawmill at Flixton and someone told me about Flixton Werewolf.
Yeah, yeah.
I didn't know anything about that, and so I looked into it all, and
Yeah, yeah.
obviously I've looked into that, and I've looked into more things, and
Yeah, it's fascinating, isn't it? And would you come in here on your own at night then?
No,
After that?
no,
No.
no. So I came up the other night with stepson.
Yeah.
I showed him one of the videos, and he's like, my wife said, "Oh, go and take him up there and have a look." And he wouldn't even get out of the car then.
We know, we've established you didn't see it, but what you saw of your mate now, and looking back, do you actually think he did see something?
I think he did see, but the way he took off running, he definitely saw something.
And when he got in car, was he frightened?
Yeah, he didn't want to stay in this area. He wanted out of here as quick as he could.
Was he a kind of lad that would have been frightened?
No, he was a big lad, and he's not usually scared of anything.
So he's talking about something stood not between them trees. They probably wouldn't have been there then, would they? But you know,
somewhere in that sort of
that where them
sort of distance.
where they are, yeah. And it's 7 foot tall, covered in fur.
He said it's about 7 foot tall. It's about
Chris is going to go over there now.
yeah.
That's. Do you know something? I really appreciate that, Dave, because what's going to happen? Like you looked at it and you passed a comment. You looked at Dan's sighting
Yeah.
and you passed comments about there. Do you reckon?
Yeah, it must have been about there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm only 5'10".
5'10".
Yeah.
And we know it's a dark night, but it'll have got perspective if eyes were glowing and there's something. Did you put a torch on it?
We only had like little rubbish torches. But
So how did he see eyes? Self-illuminating?
I think it's self-illuminated. He didn't actually shine the torch over as far as I can remember.
Yeah.
He said it had like orangey yellow eyes that were looking at him from roughly whereabouts Chris would have been
I
stood
mean-
somewhere on.
5'10", so I mean, we're going to be 7. I mean, 7's going to be up there.
Yeah, wow. That's nuts. Do you think then, Dave, something like that's in here all the time, or do you think it's something that's a little bit paranormal? I know you can't give me a solid answer. I can't.
Say, but when I've looked into things, I think it's more paranormal. It could come between different dimensions or something like that.
Yeah, but it's brilliant, isn't it, now, though, that you've shared this story, because I think that when this goes out, somebody else is going to be watching, and maybe
they might come forward.
Forward, and it. Can you imagine if it's 2002?
Well, I haven't really spoke about it because I didn't believe in it all, and it's obviously been in the back of my mind. And then when I've seen this other video, I'm like, well, maybe he did see something.
Yeah.
It's brought things back to me, and
there's not really a lot more you can add to that, is there?
Not really, no.
Did he talk about seeing ears, the width of it?
He didn't really say. He just said it was something about 7 foot tall. It was black and it was hairy with orange yellow eyes looking at him. That's all we got out of him. But we just took the mick out of him like you do when you.
Yeah. Do you wish you'd not now?
Yeah,
you'd have probably still.
I probably would have still taken the mick out of him. Yeah, but I believe more into this sort of thing now. I've looked into things.
But has it made you want to have a little drive through and put a torch on into woods or all?
I did drive up the other night about 11:30 at night.
Yeah,
with my stepson, but he wouldn't get out the car.
When your friend bolted, did you? That's like spook all of you.
Yeah,
and just all bolted.
He went, and then obviously we all went as well because he was off running. He with the car unlocked, and he was sat in the car. And when we got back there, he's like, "We need to go, get out of here now."
You make a good point there. Like Chris has just said, did you all run back to the car just based on his fear?
Well, he ran, and we just like wandered after him. We didn't run; we just walked out after him. But
I suppose because you hadn't seen it yourself.
Yeah, because we hadn't seen it ourselves. So we thought he was taking mick at first. But
yeah.
When we got to the car, he was adamant there was something there, and it was looking at him. And
so from coming out of that wood, then Dave, what? He's running down this path.
Running down this path here, and he ran down here. And
so how far you got to walk? We're not going to walk to it, obviously, but
it must be half a mile, 3/4 of a mile up there to where the cars were, and he didn't stop until he got to the car, and luckily we left.
But it is car?
No, it's my car.
But
I've left it unlocked.
Right.
And I got in when we got back there.
He was sat in
the car. He's like, "We need to be out of here. We need to go now."
How old would he have been? 20, 22, 23?
He'd have been about 20, 21 years.
21. Not to gain, has he? You know what I mean? Not to gain, except a group of lads having a laugh about what he said he's seen.
Yeah.
That's brilliant, absolutely. And I don't think there's hotels to add, do you? Have you been to that burial mound?
No, I haven't been there. Chris sent me a map the other day, and I looked at it, and I was like, well, there's one there. It's like, and we saw it in that area there, which is like right near him, all sort of thing.
Yeah. Do you think there's a connection with burial mounds and these things?
Could be, yeah, because when I've looked into things, there always seem to be burial mounds nearby.
Yeah, old Earthworks, yeah, absolutely. What do you want to do, Chris?
Oh, go and have a look if you want.
Yeah, have a look at that burial mound if you want. Yeah. Just going to have a look at this burial mound now with Dave and Chris. And, it's like Chris has noticed and Dave's noticed, these things are seen around Earthworks. So potentially, whatever it is, goes back thousands of years with its interaction with mankind. So here we've got it.
I'm just saying a lot of these have actually been dug out in, was it in the 50s, Paul?
Yeah. I mean, late 1800s, there's a guy called Canon Greenwell dug a load in North Yorkshire. He could have even done this one. Yeah. Because you look middles out.
Yeah, I watched you on your videos the other day when you were up near Brid. And
Willie Howe.
Yeah. They dug them out and stuff, yeah.
But when you look at, we know all we can do is guess and surmise. We ain't got a clue where these things are from, really, have we? We're just guessing. I am. I've talked to loads of people. Chris has, and we still don't know. But for my money, even though it's a big woodland or forest, something that big just can't be hiding.
Do you know, I was doing a bit of digging with regards to the geology of this whole area. Not just Wykeham, but this whole area where we live. And a lot of the underground geology is predominantly sandstone. A high percentage of quartz as well. And there was basically it's surmising that all the underground water features and
you've got energy, you've got water running through.
Constantly running through this quartz is basically building up a lot of energy, electrical energy, friction. And a lot of these burial mounds have actually been sited on top of
where there's
springs,
where there's running water,
or whatever, and a lot of running water. So it begs the question: well, what did they know back in the day that we maybe don't know now?
There's no coincidence, is there, that these things are being seen, and the correlation between burial mounds and what Dave's mate saw. It's uncanny, isn't it? Look at this little avenue of trees, people. Look, a little bit oppressive, and it's not even night at the moment. And you can just imagine when it closes in. You wouldn't want to be up here on your own, would you? But I hope you're enjoying this journey that we're taking you on today. And as I say, we don't always talk about UFOs. We don't always talk about cryptids. Sometimes it's just a strange fear that's descended on a person. But all of these things are contributing factors when you try and break down whatever it is that's being seen, whatever it is that's presenting. So Dave's just told us about what his mate saw. And Chris brought up a good point. Did it stand there to be seen, or were they in the wrong place at the right time? Does that make sense? I mean, look at this woodland. In all honesty, I don't believe that whatever it is could exist in here undetected. I firmly believe that it could probably forge an existence and find food, but there's no great cave systems. There's not miles and miles of uncharted forest like there is in places like Alaska, and it's not Yellowstone Park, is it? But having said that, these things are still being seen and experienced. It's pretty fabulous. And I thank people like Dave for coming forward and sharing that with me and Chris, and allowing me to film them and take you guys along with us on this journey. So we'll just catch up a bit here. But I mean, we're not in a dense part of forest here, just a dense thicket of trees. There's oak amongst that, and birch, and I think there's some larch as well. But look at this. One more report to add to the list, which is brilliant, isn't it? And like we always say, if you're out there and you're observing because you've seen this thing, get in touch. You're adding more weight, more strength to the people that have been brave enough to talk about it. And if you know it's real and you've seen it, you have nothing to fear. And if you don't want your name used, that's not going to happen. So how fabulous is this? It's quiet, guys, isn't it? It's at these quiet times that you contemplate and you imagine that these things of a highly unusual nature could actually just be watching us, in some invisible guise. Can you imagine that? Could be inches from whatever it is. And we've come back round, we've done a circle now, and we've come back round to where Dave's friend saw it back in 2002, which was here. And Chris stood here 5 minutes ago. I'll just stand here, and this is where he was, and they were at that path there. They've just gone right corner. Awesome. And I said the word awesome. Does it not fill you with awe listening to these stories? Awe and wonderment to know that there's things like this potentially that still could exist, do exist in this land. So there's so much uncharted. We might have actually charted the land itself and know the geography, but there's so many other things that have slipped under this radar of strangeness. And I'm glad you've joined me today on this journey, and we've shared this amazing sighting. Absolutely brilliant. So as I say every time, if you've enjoyed this episode and you want to hear more similar stories of the strange and unusual, press the like and subscribe, and we'll catch you guys next time. Thank you. Take care. Bye-bye.
The world grows still, the daylight fades, 1,000 lights begin to wake. The moon climbs high, the stars appear, the quiet night draws softly near.